check. Okay. Just going to set up a few things here. Okay. So, I guess I should wait for people to gather first. While I'm doing that, I'll just head in here and do some leveling stuff. Yeah, this guy's busy talking about, I'm too weak to do the special whatever. Oh, didn't actually target the centipede for whatever reason. There we go. Yeah. Oh, standing at the edge of that isn't a good idea, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I need to set up something here very quickly before I forget. Okay. To start it off, for anyone who has gotten in and are currently right here at the beginning, I have decided to do my first a-thon. Now, as in like a subathon, whatever else, right? And part of that currently is what I will be playing during the event. I was already going to play 2 Human, an older, mostly janky game for anyone curious. And I'll be doing that off my Xbox, keeping track of how many deaths I have, and from there, that will determine the base set of, or the base time for the rest of the streamathon, and that would include follows. Follows will be worth 10 minutes, because no one can currently sub to me or send me money. So any follows and likes during the duration of the streams and subscriptions will all end up contributing 10 minutes, while any deaths that I have in the game for the duration of the first game of 2 Human, while I am playing 2 Human, that will contribute 5 minutes. Those deaths will contribute 5 minutes. And that will be how long I have to stream after I've beaten 2 Human. And that will all happen at once, by the way. I plan on suffering through it and staying up 24 hours or longer if I have to. I already have it planned out. I have a high... I have amount of hesitancy right now because I do not know how it will work out. The timer is going to be a little bit finicky while I'm on the Xbox, but it will still be there. I will always have the timer kept track of, so you can just tell me whatever. You can just ask for it. That's how I'm going to have it, is you can just ask and I will tell you exactly where the timer is. I will literally just copy and paste it into chat. So I will guaranteed be streaming for the minimum of 2 Human plus, if my first playthrough of the game was any indication, likely around 3 hours after that. The games I actually have planned for the stream involve, what are they? I'm just thinking. Well, 2 Human to begin with, but then I have a few MMOs that I want to run past everyone. And I will probably toss those. I will probably make them a vote on the posts tab and during the streams, so that people can just go ahead and do that. I'll actually do that now. How do I... Okay, well now I gotta figure out how to do posts real quick, or votes. Okay. Let me just go into this here, set it up for Okay, how do I... Hold on, this is going to take a little while. I am figuring out the polling system here, because I haven't had to do it until now. But if you want to, if you want me to talk more about it, I am planning on playing some Destiny 2. I am planning on playing some of a few older games. There's okay, I can't find holes for whatever reason. The games, I'm just going to say them. Destiny 2 is going to be the first one I'm considering as playing after 2 Human. Then after Destiny 2, I'm already considering Toram Online. Then from there, I'm not entirely certain. I could go off to do... Well, I have a few single player games too. I can go and play Metal Gear Rising if you want, again on the Xbox. I have Dark Souls 1, and then I have Borderlands 1 and 2. This is going to be a general hello, this is happening for now, the first half an hour. As for... I don't know why I couldn't do polling here. Okay. So I should be able to, according to this... Quick action, stream here, no. Why am I so bad at this, man? I should have figured this out beforehand. Oh well, now you guys get to sit through the jank, I guess. Me being new to setting up a poll. I don't even know if I can set up one, let's be honest, if I'm being honest. But we'll see here. Oh no, I can. Let's see. Hold on. Should be able to... Why can't I set a poll up? How do I set up a poll and a vote? Overview, research, chemistry, hold on. I gotta look at this. I'm currently researching how to open up a poll because it's not. There's no matches there. That's weird. Great. Can't believe I have to do this midstream, but apparently I'm going to have to watch something real quick here. Should have done this before. I don't know where this was. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That might be why. Is because I'm looking at this from the back end, not the front end. And that might be why it's not allowing me. Come on. Okay. Just see here. That might be my problem. Why isn't it allowing me to do that? Okay. How long ago was this? Oh, 4 years ago. Okay, so that's not going to help. Uh, okay, so that didn't help me at all in the slightest. I'm trying to make a poll here so I can just put down the games. And then people can vote on them, and the highest to lowest. Also, for those over on Twitch, I will have a longer lasting one over on YouTube under posts that will uh, that will it'll be up after the stream, and it will what the okay, I am dead to the world right now because I am trying to figure this out and I don't see it. Okay, whatever. Let's just... I'll talk about it as I continue playing. Because even my character is starting to get tired of me just talking. But yeah, I am planning on my first... not so subathon because people can't actually sub to me yet. Or send me money if you're over on YouTube. But what... okay, I should have done notes. I didn't do notes, and now I am regretting it. Sorry for how scuffed this is. Let's go over the games. So, first game I am planning is, if you actually watched, or if you are in any of the Discords that I am in, 2 of them specifically, I should say that. But if you are in the same Discords and you are watching the stream now, you will know already what I am planning for the first game. But for those of you who don't, which I imagine is most of my viewers, majority of my viewers, because I do keep my Discord presence pretty low-key, the first game we're going to start off with, guaranteed, is going to be an older one played on my Xbox called Too Human. Any deaths there will contribute 5 minutes to the timer, and any follows, likes, subscribes, and so on will contribute 10 minutes to the timer. The timer itself will only start after I have finished Too Human, because then we will have a more accurate length to the timer, and it gives plenty of time for people to get in and, add to it in whatever way they wish. Once Too Human is over, whatever time is there, I will be going for the full length of, and if it's another 12 or 13 hours, or however long, then that is the length I will be going for post Too Human. Any follows, likes, subscribes, so on, whatever, after that we'll continue to add 10 minutes. The full rules I will make sure to... The full proper rules I will be able for the what adds time, I will be sure to post so that everyone knows, but that will happen during and a few days before the actual event, just so everyone has time to read it and figure it out. But yeah, so during the length of 2 human, a like, subscribe, or follow will be worth 10 minutes, and any deaths that occur while I'm playing the game will be another 5 minutes on the timer. I will be keeping track of this, and I will be using a timer that I will figure out how to capture on top of this without interrupting the actual gameplay. It will likely be a window that I minimize, or whatever, however you want to call it. But so that is a heads up, and I will just pull up the timer whenever anyone asks about it. And in the case of the Xbox, I will always make sure to post it at the end of when it reaches every hour mark. So, but caveat to that hour mark is I will repost, hey, 7 hours is left, if multiple times if people keep knocking it above 7 hours, just so we're always constantly aware of that. And yeah, so that's what's going to be happening there. Because I fully admit I am not good at overlaying things. So, yeah, if I have to figure out how to overlay the timer into OBS, there's probably easy ways to do it. I'm just completely brain dead when it comes around to it, honestly. So you can completely blame me for that with how jank the timer is going to be. I just thought I would let you know ahead of time with that. For anyone on Twitch who is confused, there will be a VOD of this stream over on YouTube, or on my channel on YouTube. If you need a more clear summary of it, as well as, like I said, I'm going to be posting the vote over on there, the poll for the different games. And how that poll is going to work is it's not only going to determine what games I will be playing, probably the top 6 games that are in that vote will be the ones I play over the course of the streamathon, over the event. But the top, it will also determine the order, going from. It's going to be kind of a back and forth. It's starting with 2 human. However, the highest voted one will likely be what I end up using as the one following 2 human, then the lowest voted, then the next highest, then the next lowest, until we reach the middle 2. And I might randomize it somewhere in there, actually, just to so it's not completely random, or so that it's not completely predictable. I might decide to switch it up depending on how I'm feeling, because I admit to being very lopsided mentally, if that makes any sense. I do get distracted very easily. With that in mind, that is really all I have to say about it. For anyone who is just joining or joins later on and says and wants to talk about it, uh, I will repeat pretty much the bare minimum, but not really. You can probably, I will likely summarize it so far, and then we can kind of talk about it and chat about it, because I do want this to be an enjoyable experience for everybody involved. I don't want this to just be, hey, I'm playing games, come watch me. I'm playing games for a very long time. Because that is much more of a general, oh, just somebody long form, whatever, right? I will be pausing the timer during if I have to end the stream to switch from my Xbox to my computer and vice versa for games. I have that in mind already. And I am fully mentally prepared. I am currently kind of just doing this game as a, hey, so be it. But this game, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't want me to play it. It's barely boring. This is OSRS without being OSRS. If you know OSRS, it's old school RuneScape. So if you want to watch older school RuneScape, I do have that. I can stream it. What was I saying already? Right, I am pausing the time as a major rule I will keep myself to is I'm not just going to let the timer run while I'm switching between games if I'm switching from an Xbox game to a PC game and vice versa. I will pause the timer so that no time is wasted during that. If anyone needs me to try and summarize a little bit more clear, feel free to say so. I know I wasn't really good at summarizing this, but you can also probably just watch back the VOD later on, because it takes, this is so far the first, 30 minutes, give or take? Yeah, 30 minutes of the stream, which is what I'm holding myself to before I stop trying to explain it and fumble miserably. There is not anything else I really have to say about it, but like I said, we can discuss it, and since apparently voting doesn't work for me, I guess just have to do it through the chats, which means I now have to figure out how I'm going to do it over on Twitch without it being, I don't know, right, without it being too scuffed. I'll probably have it replace the current pinned message, or if I can pin multiple messages, then that'll be it. That'll be how I do it. And then I'll take everything from chat and add it to whatever I have for people who voted leading up to the event. And I will mention in upcoming streams as well, hey, the vote is up, and so on and so forth, if you want to go over and do it and participate in it, because I have no doubt that people will forget if they don't pay attention enough. If they don't pay attention to the posts page at all. With that being said, though, I'm just going to continue the stream as normal, and if anyone needs to hear more about it, then I will try to elaborate without stuttering over my words like I have been for the last 30 minutes. I will try to summarize or elaborate as needed for the next, whenever. And yeah. Holy moly, that was painful to me, and it was probably even worse for anyone listening. That was painful for me to try and say. I don't know why. I guess it's just nerves. I am still new to this whole type of thing. And this is, of course, my first one. So I'm getting around to doing. It will happen in the next week. That is a guarantee. It's a matter of when it starts that I will have to determine. And that will be a personal thing rather than anything else. That I will not be leaving up to others, because if I set a date, it's going to be probably the worst date. Also, because I don't have the cleanest schedule, and it is not exactly always set in stone. Things will come up pretty quickly, and I have several things in IRL that could end up suddenly requiring me to have to shift the date. That is something I am mentioning now just to make everyone clear on it, that the date will not be set immediately, or the date will be set, but be prepared in case I do end up having to move the date to another time, because that will probably end up happening. I am not going to lie. I have a few things that, who knows, right? I haven't heard anything on them, so I can't guarantee they won't end up interrupting. Yeah, now we're 33 minutes in, and I've just finished talking about it, first round through, so anyone who ends up watching the VOD over on YouTube, and anyone over on Twitch who goes over to the YouTube and checks out the VOD will be able to hear the rules stuttered out by myself pretty badly, but you should be able to put it together. Yeah. That aside, I'm just going to continue playing the game now. If anyone has any questions, first things first, I will clear for anyone who is just popping in. There will be a vote that I will put up over on my channel regarding the games. How that is going to work is the most popular will go first. Will be the first one I play after I play 2 Human, because 2 Human is going to be part of the deciding factor for the timer. And after that, it will be randomized. I'm deciding that now. The rest of the order of the games will be ones that are randomized regardless of popularity. And the vote will be like 10 different games to potentially play over the course of the event. With that said, though, I guess we just carry on. And because of that, I'm going to probably just continue grinding here, commenting as I would regularly in a stream. So yeah, and where I'm at with this currently is, for those curious about my character, this is where I'm at with them. I am doing a big Kriog build, so my constitution is going to get pretty high pretty quickly. I don't know if that's a good build to do or not, but that will be it. That is what I am focusing on for this game, for anyone who is curious. This, do that. B. Craig. B. Craig. B. Craig. I'm trying to figure out the labeling of that, but anyway. Okay, I have 6 glands. I already have 15 spider eyes. I could probably go defeat some mice and get some. So, mice and centipedes I can focus on to get some more items. Because I do want to try and stockpile some things just to go and sell. So let's start with the mice. I also need to level up. I said I was going to get to level 10, and I didn't. So that is part of why I'm doing this over on Dark Ages, is because for those who are watching this, me play this game normally, since I have been playing it the last 2 streams, yeah, I said I was going to get up to level 10 and I didn't. So I'm doing it now. Okay. Let's see here. Probably going to go pure wizard, by the way, for anyone also curious about exact build. I'm going to be going pure wizard. I am fully aware of the health raising mechanic, but I would prefer to get it as high as possible. Yeah, the health raising mechanic for once I am past, or once I have mastered, but I will try to get my health as high as possible beforehand anyway, just because I don't want to have to worry about it later. Worry about doing the grind later, turning in tons of experience. I want to cut down at least 2 of the runs if possible, and that's why I'm starting with a Constitution spell build. If you end up wanting me to talk like my character, then I mean I'm supposed to be a scholar. Supposed to be, keyword, but I mean I'm currently working on getting enough money to actually dress up like one and so on. And I will take the scholar thing seriously. I do plan on keeping notes of anyone who tells me anything about the history of the world, and as well as how the world works. And that will include player history of the world. I plan on making a very large notebook out of this. Because I am still interested in this game, and I find it very good. If I do not get the vote up immediately, it will include any of the games listed currently on the MMO post over on my channel, and uh, it will include a few games that are not there, but you have probably heard me talking about at least a little bit. Examples being, I mentioned Borderlands. I have Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. So if you want to see me play that, I can play through that. And if you want to see me do a highest difficulty, I know how to unlock that right from the start. Revengeance difficulty, then I can, play that straight from the start with no upgrades. If you want to make me suffer, because that will be painful. But that's just a few of the ideas. I do also have Dark Souls. You could decide to have me do a Dark Souls challenge, which I haven't played the first Dark Souls game in so long. I am very used to the second game. So yeah, dodging is likely not going to be the strategy I choose there, unless that is a forced part of it. Where am I going with this? Right, yeah, okay. I was just, sorry, I'm talking to myself about this here. Am I level 9 yet? No, I am not even close. It's gonna feel so nice to finally get up to level 9, just so I get the bonus hit necklace. And then I'm going to figure out the necklace reduces my MP, and I'm going to have to not use it. Because, of course, it would do that. I will... Oh. Yeah, that's no longer pinned because I forgot to set it to endless. Hold on. Let me just quickly set that up because I do have a post over on... This is kind of messy here. I admit, it definitely is very messy how I am doing this. Let's do that, and then... Okay. Let's start a poll. So... Figured it out over on another one. On YouTube I figured out a poll for the length of the stream, but Twitch, sorry, I'm just going to set it and you're going to have to vote by typing in chat a number. We'll just pin my message to indicate. Let's see here. So it's going to be... Oh, I'm being attacked currently. Okay. It's not doing too much damage to me. I'll have to get out of this dungeon immediately after this, and yeah. Then I can set up the two polls real quick here. And I will make sure to get out a notepad for Twitch, because I will need to keep track of them. They will be set in the same order for both, so don't worry about having to go over to YouTube just to vote on the thing. can still continue watching over here, and you just have to type in chat the number for the game that you want. Okay, should be safe here. Now I can make the polls and get them up. Everyone. Oh, okay, so over on YouTube, how this is gonna have to work, I guess, is because I'm not allowed to do more than 4 options, I will choose the 4. The 4 games that I think everyone will be most interested in. Hold on, let me just check that. And the second and third options will be carried on to a second poll, and so on and so forth. That's how that's going to have to work for that one. For this, I guess. Over on YouTube, but Twitch, you will be able to just enter the number into chat, and I will write down, or I will keep track of your numbers so that I don't have to worry about it there with yours. Okay, let's carry on with the game. I do have to go and sell things. Right, I need to actually do this over on Twitch too. Sorry, those on Twitch. I am half brain dead because I had a raid this evening as well, and it wasn't a difficult raid, but it was longer than everyone was expecting. Let's see here, so... How do I have that laid out again? Right. I am just setting up the voting numbers now. just... I'll end the poll on YouTube so that I can make it with... or Dark Souls. Okay, and with that in mind now, let's head on over then. Oh, yep. Nope, I am not done all in here. For those over on Twitch, I am only going to put the first 7. I said 10, but I'm going to put the first 7 here. Because, well, no, I should put all 10 for you. I'll go 1 to 9 plus 0, right? So that, just so that it's easy. What am I thinking here? What am I thinking? What else do I have? Let me check my desktop real quick. Just gonna check my desktop real quick. Right. Torm Online. And then... let me check my current cache here. I know this is taking a long time for me to set this up. I'm being very bad streamer right now. That's why I'm talking through it so everyone knows where I'm at with it. Let's see here. Oh, right, I do have Titan Quest. I'll put that one in case anyone wants to see me go through Titan Quest on a new character. Probably in that case I will only be going through the first and maybe the second act. The first and second act. I do have Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI, so... Let's see here. And I also have... thought I had a few other things here. Oh, yes. I also have, yeah, we'll just add that as 10, I guess. It's the actual 10. Um, okay, and those are it. Those are them. I just have to do that there. Should have set this up so I could have just copy pasted it, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead when I started this stream. So again, we all get to live through the jank now unless you decide to click off, which is completely understandable. Okay, the polls are both up. So now I just have to, keep track. Keep track. Alright. So anyone who comes in will now see them, hopefully. And yeah, let's carry on with playing the game. Actually be a proper gaming streamer for once. It's been an entire hour and I've barely gotten experience and then sold off things. I haven't even sold off my first pull from the dungeon, which is... I am disgraced with myself, let's say the least. Say the least. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Keeping in mind though, I will probably have to, I just remembered, I will potentially have to turn the volume off for Xbox, depending on how platforms take that music. But that is just a minor thing. I mean, I'm sure with how old the games are, it won't be too much of a problem. Hopefully. 5 of these, 6 of these, 5 of those. Okay. Six of these to sell, and 5 of these to sell. Okay. And then I go over to the other alchemy guy to sell the other item. The glands and the spider eyes. Oh, door's closed. Hello? Why is... Okay, door is now closed, door is now open. I couldn't go through the door because it was being a little weird. Okay. I forgot to actually check. 7 glands and 15 spider eyes. Got it. 7 of those. Yes. And then 15 spider eyes. Yes. Getting 7,500 gold. I now have 33,567 gold, which should cover, or whatever the currency is, I imagine it's gold, yeah, which should cover most of my early game expenses. What else can I think of to do here? I don't really have much else I think that I can do. I'm gonna look at the events here. I am thoroughly lost right now. I don't know if exclamation mark means I've already done that one or what. Also, I'm realizing I should have paid attention to the one guy because I could have. At the Undyne Tavern? Is the Undyne Tavern the one where we wake up? Which is over here, I wonder? Which, by the way, amazing name if it is, because your character just recently turned into a special character who theoretically can't die. Nope, this is the Mills Inn. Okay. So, where is there a tavern in this town? There is, there's a bar. Okay. This is why this stream is not for kids. It's because mentions of such things as taverns and bars and so on. Close that message because I am not strong enough for it. For that adventure. Sorry, what is that? Too low level to pick it up. Great. Fantastic start. Time to see if this is the Undyne Nope, this is the Villas Tavern, which means Undyne Tavern is a completely different place. Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess I should see. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Millith, Abel. Let's go to Abel and see if Abel is where the Undyne Tavern is. Because it is supposed to be a level 1. Looks like the most likely candidate, unless there's one over somewhere else. Imagine I could pick that item up. Probably can't actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Probably can't pick that item up. Same sort of scene. Yeah, too low level to pick it up. Okay, that's fair. Where am I heading again? I am heading to, yep, next building. Got it. This building here should be the tavern. And it is Abel Tavern. Okay, so it's just... So Undyne is a place then. Got it. Understood. Yes, right. Guess that was a bad idea. I thought I could slip past there, but apparently not. Now I have to circle around. Okay. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah. Okay. Let's carry on then. So I'm looking for... Oh, Undyne is over there. Cosmonium Mine. Great. How do I get over there then? Oh, you know what? I bet it's Pravat Cave. And then I have to go to Lures Port, likely. Okay. Is there a second exit to the overworld here? I don't think so. So maybe it is in Lurasport. Oh, it's in Mills College. Nope. So, Pravat Cave. And then we can go to, I guess I can check out Westwood. Westwoods. See what this is all about. And I was instantly... destroyed. Great. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna log on again. Well, the purpose of the stream has been fulfilled, I guess. Sorry, that was a... Let me... This one here. So, this is going to be the end of the stream, end of the VOD, I guess. It's been an hour, I've gotten to talk about everything. I think the poll has been up for at least half an hour, so anyone joining there should have had plenty of time. Otherwise, to vote on it, even just getting one vote would help me determine. But with that in mind, as I said already, I will be ending the stream here. For anyone who does want to vote quickly, whoever ends up wanting to vote, I will be putting a poll in the posts channel of my YouTube, so feel free to head on over there after the stream is over, and see what games I have lined up, because there are a decent number of them. A few that I actually didn't end up mentioning on Twitch or YouTube that I actually forgot about, but will be part of the poll. Yeah. With that in mind, see you in the next one. And the next one could end up being the streamathon, depending on how that unfolds with the other people in the house. So, with that in mind, that will be the last I say. Once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, so on and so forth. And take care. Take care of yourselves, and stay healthy enough you can at least, I want to be a little bit self-righteous here. Stay healthy so that you can make sure to make it to my stuff. But I'm joking. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Like I said, take care of yourselves. I want a healthy community. That sometimes means healthy people. Not all the time. And I'll see you next time. Bye.